Okay, sixth graders, we're going to review the questions you did on your quiz on Friday. And some of you should fill out the review, read, learn, and retake form, and then schedule a retake with me. You'll be retaking, I'm going to write a brand new quiz for you to retake. It'll follow the same format, but with different numbers, okay? So right now, you should look at the ones that you got back, look at the numbers and what you did, and then see if you can identify your mistakes so that you don't repeat those mistakes on the second try. Liz. Wait, I'm going to go through all of the questions. So if it's about one of the questions, then just wait and I'll cover it, okay? Number one. Number one. It was 26,231 minus 6,340. And the directions were for you to round, so there was an arrow next to each one, where you're supposed to round each number. Guys, straight one. Round each number, and then fill out your estimate. Okay? So, look at these numbers. If we use 2-digit front end on the first number, what would we round this to? Daria?
25,000.
Well, we wouldn't. What's the closest thousand? Is it 25,000, 26,000, or 27,000?
Oh, 27,000.
Well, this number, the 2 behind it, shows that that number is closest to 26,000. Now, since we're taking away a number that's close to 6,000, we should round this one to 6,000. Okay? Because we can do 26, take away 6 really easily. Right? So this is the best estimate using 2-digit front end estimation on the first number and 1-digit front end estimation on the second number. Okay? So you may want to do what I'm doing. Circle the first 2 numbers and round it to 26,000. And then circle the first number in the second one so that you remember to use 2-digit front end minus 1-digit front end estimation. Okay? So the best estimate is 20,000. Okay? Nate?
I did 30,000 minus 7,000 and got 20,000.
Yeah. So, which thousand is this closer to? Is it 7,000 or 6,000?
I thought since it was a 6, you rounded up.
No, since the number behind it is a 3, you look at the number behind it when you're rounding. So the 3 tells us this is closer to 6,000 than it is to 7,000. Okay? 6,340 is about this far between the 2. Alright? What number is exactly between the 2? What number is right here? In between these on a number line?
6,500.
Yeah, 6,500. Since this number is less than 6,500, we should round it to 6,000. Okay? And then to use 2-digit front end estimation, since you're in 6th grade now, we want you to use 2-digit front end estimation. You keep 2 digits from the first number, not 1. 26,000 instead of 30,000. Any other questions? A lot of you rounded it to 30,000 when you should have easily recognized 26,000 minus 6,000 is the best estimate. Okay? Number 2. 48,628 times 515. All right. Now, for multiplication, the goal is to be able to multiply in your head. Okay? In order to estimate, you need to be able to multiply it in your head. Otherwise, what's the point of estimating? Just like doing 26,000 minus 6,000 in your head. So we have to round these two numbers to numbers that we can multiply in our head. In other words, basic facts. Is 40, if we rounded this to 49,000, is 49 times 5 a basic fact? Is that one of the basic multiplication facts that you learned? No. We're looking for single digits, okay? Or maybe tens, but mainly single digits, right? So the first number in each number is what we should use when we're rounding for multiplication. So what would this round to? Class? Just say it. If I say 50,000, because then the 5 is the only one that we need to multiply. And what would this one round to? Class? 500. Now we can do 5 times 5. What's 5 times 5, class? 25. Now what should we do with all these zeros? Yeah, you can take care of that. What should we do with all these zeros? How do we put them in our answer? Ethan? All of them?
Yeah, all of them.
So how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 zeros. And then put the commas in. Okay?
No.
Liz?
But, so since 48 would be closer to 49, and like since there's usually around 49, we do around 50 because it's what goes into 500.
No, it's not what goes into 500. It's the fact that we want to do a basic fact when we're multiplying.
So like we don't have to like just like when we add 1, like if it makes it easier.
Right. Well, just use the first digit as the digit that you're going to round to. So what two numbers is this number between? Is it closer to 50,000 or 40,000? Closer to 50, so round to 50.
But I thought you said that we should keep the first 2 digits of the numbers.
Yep, that's when you're adding or subtracting. You should keep the first 2 digits of the first number because you can still add or subtract 2 digits plus or minus 1 digit. That's a basic fact that you should be able to do in your head. Okay? Remember, the goal is to round it to numbers that you can add, subtract, multiply, divide in your head, but also to get the best estimate that you can. Okay? Tyler Cole, strike 2.
My pen
Okay.
fell.
Well, then that's not something to laugh about and
I just picked it
distract.
up.
Okay? You're distracting me. Don't distract me when I'm trying to teach, okay? If you're distracting me, then chances are you're distracting other people. All right? Now, number 3. In number 3, this is a division problem. And so I wrote on many of your papers to use compatible numbers. What are compatible numbers with division? I wrote it like this. What are compatible numbers in division? are 40 divided by 6 compatible? Put your calculators away. Are those compatible numbers?
No.
No. Right? Does 6 go into 40 an even number of times? What number that's close to 40 does it go into? Does 6 go into? What are the multiples of 6? 6 times what? Gives us a number that's close to 40. Adam? 42 is compatible, right? 6 times 7 is 42. 42 divided by 6 is 7. So now let's look at our problem. 43,124 divided by 605. Okay? So what would we round these numbers to so that we can divide it evenly? Daria, strike one. What would we do? How can we find numbers that divide evenly? With this knowledge. Cal?
Or you could change it to 42,600.
Right, look at this and round it to 42,000 because we know we can divide 42,000 by 600 evenly. Okay? Without doing this. We don't want to divide it this way, where we have to write out the division problem and then write it out that way. That's not doing it in your head. Okay? That's not the goal of estimation. The goal of estimation is to get a quick answer, but a close answer. Okay? So, with estimating, we just want to think. 6 goes into 42 how many times, class? 6 goes into 42 7 times. Then we need zeros. How many zeros can we cross off in each number? Nate?
2.
2 zeros in each number. 1, 2. How many are left for our answer, Jeremiah? 1. 1 0. Yep. Okay? Any questions about using compatible numbers? Using numbers that divide evenly. Alright? Number 4. In number 4 we had 15,238 divided by 1,025. Okay? And this is an addition problem. I don't know how many people, several of you wrote 14,000 as your answer. How did you do that? I don't know. Keep 2 digits from the first number. So this should round to what, class?
15,000.
15,000. We don't need to round it up to 20,000 because we're just going to add what?
1,000.
1,000. Can you add 1,000 to 15,000? Yeah. That's 16,000. Okay? So again, look at the problem as a whole. Look at what are the numbers close to. Keep 2 digits of the first number, keep 1 digit of the second number, and add them at the end. Okay? Now, most of you did really well on the adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. Some of you estimated at that portion also. Those directions just say add or subtract. If it doesn't say round and estimate, then you should find the actual answer. Okay? So, I know you know how to subtract, and I know you know how to add, multiply. Let's cover the division one once, because that's the one that gave most people was the hardest one to do. So 2,462 divided by 25. 25 doesn't go into 24, so it has to go into 246, right? How many times would it go into 246? Jen?
9.
9 times. 9 times 5 is 45. 45. And 9 times 2 is 18. Plus 4 is 22. 225, right? Now what? Subtract, find the difference. So that's 1, 2, 212. How many times should it go into 212? Well, count my 25s again. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200. Remainder 12. Take the remainder and put it over the divisor to write your answer. 98 and 12/25. Okay? Any questions on the division one? Okay, use this as a study guide then, to retake or to review these skills.